I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, with liberty and justice for all. What is justice? Justice is fairness, but it seems that it's not as is written on the Pledge of Allegiance. Fairness and equality do not exist in people of color's lives. And this is where it all begins. Teen pregnancy, gangs, undocumented, criminals, and druggies, these are the things that have been classified as long as I can remember. Walking in the streets or anywhere specific, white people look at me weird. I know I have the complex of a young Latina girl, and I am proud to say that I am a young Latina girl. Growing up, stereotypes started to come into my life. As one of those that has affected me the most is, I am too dark to be Mexican or any Latin descended person. What does this mean? I mean, in social studies, I learned that the Spaniards came into Latin America and brought black slaves from Africa. I mean, something probably happened because we come from the whitest to the darkest shade. As for example, there's this YouTube influencer named Monica Style Moose. With her dark skin, you'll probably think she's black. In reality, she's Dominican. With this little portion, it just shows how beautiful my Latino culture is. While on the other hand, I also heard a lot of how us Latinos do not like school. When I hear this, I get so mad because not a lot of people realize that us first-generation Latinos had to take care of our younger siblings. My mom would go to work at 6. My sister had to stay at home once a week to take care of me and my little brother, who was a newborn at that time. My sister didn't struggle with me that much since I had afternoon kindergarten. While on the other hand, my little brother, it was a big struggle. It takes a lot of time to take care of a newborn, and my mom would try to find a babysitter, but she couldn't. I guess with some of these little things, I come to the biggest of them of all, Latino students. Us Latino students have seen and heard a lot of wonderful stories about our parents back from their original countries. As one of the stories I absolutely love that my mom told my siblings and I is when she was back in her hometown, Torreon, Coahuila, Mexico, she would make toy pods or kitchen supplies out of mud. I mean, that is cool, right? Making your own toys, but not so when the hot sun is hitting you. While on the other hand, my dad at the age of 5 was already out picking up crops, taking care of the animals, milking the cows. And by the age of 8, he was already up going the hills where rats, snakes, scorpions, those exotic animals you think of when you go into the Grand Canyons or anywhere. And by the age of 14, the age I am now, my dad made one of the biggest decisions not any 14-year-old would do. He decided to leave his family, and he left. He left to Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, in order for him, and worked in factories every day and night in order for him to help his family back from his hometown. With this, it just shows how my friends, my parents are fighters, and all of us want to succeed in life and not let anyone down. If one of us came here documented or undocumented, it's for a reason, either because of war, dictatorship, poverty. It's for a reason. But that does not mean that Donald Trump should take away the right of an immigrant to come inside the United States. As in right now, about Hondurans and Salvadorians can't come to the US to get a better life. Instead, they're locked up in cells where kids are separated from their parents. But not too long ago in the news, it came up that our fellow ICE and Border Patrol members were raping kids. I mean, doesn't the United States like everything to be perfect? I mean, they're always bashing Mexico, how we like to kidnap, rape, do drug abuse, when in reality, Mexico isn't even on the top 10, while the United States ranks 3rd in both in rape crimes, drug abuse, teen pregnancy. For me, personally, I think the United States is worse than Mexico. We all have a voice. Don't be afraid to give out your opinion and whether you think it's right or wrong. Todos tenemos una voz. No tengas miedo de dar tu opinión en lo que tú crees que está bien o mal.